Hello and welcome to Morning Flow. This is Leo Bray on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center, coming to you from, I had to remember her name, Jackie Lee Houston Plaza at the Palm Springs Convention Center. Like, what's the name of the person? It's on the rock over there. Jackie Lee Houston Plaza at the Palm Springs Convention Center. We're outdoors here Thursday through Sunday morning. Check out the schedule at urbanyoga.org or Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center on Facebook. And there's also a tip jar there where you can make online contributions to support these classes that are offered up on Zoom and later on YouTube. So let's start sitting. You don't have to sit like this. Sit so that you're comfortable, or kneel. That works too. You'd rather kneel than sit. Maybe you're just on the ground. Maybe you're sitting on a cushion or yoga block, whatever you like. Find your comfortable seat. Find grounding. Find length. Sitting tall, not stiffly or rigidly. Just think of the length of your spine. Feel your contact with the ground. Get comfortable, whatever that looks like for you. Rest your hands where you like. Close your eyes if you like. Bring your attention to your breathing. Just by focusing on your breathing, it will get deeper and slower. Just notice how that feels. Notice the movements of your breathing, where you feel the inhale, where you feel the exhale. The rising expansion of the inhale, the grounding contraction of the exhale. Take in your surroundings, whatever's going on around you. Maybe there's not much, maybe there's a lot. Maybe you're inside, maybe you're outside too. Whatever's going on around us or going on inside us, it's just something else to integrate into the practice. We don't have to get annoyed or distracted by external things that happen. We observe them. We come back to focusing on breathing, back to listening to our bodies. Turn inward and scan your body. Notice what's going on internally. Whatever sensations are there. Not aiming to change them, just checking them out right now. In particular, taking note of anything that doesn't feel so good so that you may keep it in mind as we practice, knowing that you're welcome to modify or skip anything I'll be offering. Consider everything but the breathing optional. Consider all the cues, suggestions. Whenever your attention does drift from observing your body, observing your breath, gently come back. Gently redirect and turn inward. And if you like to set a more specific personal intention for your practice, do so now if that's part of your practice. I invite you to take 3 cleansing breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth with a sigh. allow your eyes to open if they're still closed. Let your chin come towards your chest. Make some nice slow circles with your head. Roll your ear towards your shoulder and let your head tip back. Other ear towards the other shoulder. And just really take your time. We'll make a few circles in each direction. If any part of your neck is particularly tight, maybe pause there, rock back and forth. Help loosen that tight spot. And maybe if you didn't change direction yet, change now. And when you finish your next circle, lift your chin and look forward again. Bring your hands to rest out at your sides, maybe just your fingertips on the ground so you stay long in your spine. Inhale, reach your right arm up alongside your ear. Exhale, reach across to your left. Try to keep the right cheek on the ground. Feel for length from your right hip up through your right fingertips. Inhale to bring yourself upright. As you exhale, bring your right hand to the ground behind you, your left hand over to your right leg. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, invite your body to twist some more. Let yourself come back through center. Now I have a head trimmer to compete with. Inhale, raise your left arm. Exhale, reach to the right. I can talk really loud if I need to. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, come into your twist. Inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, find your way into however much twist is enough for this side. Let yourself unwind. You come back through center. Inhale, bring your heart forward. Let your head tip back. Exhale, bring your heart back. Let your head tip forward. Like cow pose, cat pose. Follow the pace of your breath a few more times. After your next exhale, bring yourself upright again. And let's transition up onto our hands and knees. So you might tip forward or tip to one side. Make your way up here, hips above your knees, shoulders above your wrists or behind your wrists. If having your shoulders above your wrists is too much on your wrists. Reach your right foot back and press the ball of your foot against the ground. Take a couple breaths. With an inhale, pick your foot up, reach straight back in the air. With your next inhale, reach your left arm forward, thumb pointing up. Exhale, round your back, draw your knee towards your elbow. Inhale, reach your arm and leg out again. Let's do that a couple more times. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, lengthen out. And if you want, bend that raised leg, reach that hand back. See if you can connect. Kick hold of foot or ankle, kick against your hand, raising your knee and raising your chin. Look forward. A lot of instructions. Release and lower down. Reach back, press into the ball of your left foot for a couple of breaths. Inhaling, pick your foot up, reach straight back. Inhaling, reach your right arm forward. Exhale, draw your knee towards the elbow, round your back. Inhale, extend out. Two more times. Exhale. Inhale. If you like, bend your leg, reach back, see about that bind. Stretching the quads, opening the shoulder in the midline. Release your bind, let your knee and hand down. Step your right foot up between your hands and step your left foot up to meet it. Hang out in your forward fold. Bending and straightening your legs, swaying back and forth to whatever degree your body seems to want. Maybe small movements, maybe bigger. Letting your arms and your head hang heavy towards the ground. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, come down. Inhale, all the way up, hands overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Pausing for my first sip of water. Autumn in the desert. It's about 20 degrees warmer than it was when I got up 3 hours ago. Let your hands hang at your sides. Raise your right shoulder towards your ear. Shift it back. Let it down. Then your left shoulder up, back, and down. Inhale, reach straight out to the sides. As you exhale, reach for your shoulder blades and hug yourself, or if you like, come to eagle arms. Intertwine your arms and maybe press your hands together. Maybe it's your palms, maybe it's the backs of your hands that pressing palms isn't accessible. If you're in eagle arms, then you can move your elbows and your hands up and forward. Inhale, open up again. As you exhale, cross your arms the opposite way. Hug your shoulder blades or take your eagle arms. Inhale, open up. Exhale, twist to the right. I forgot the mirror. Oh well. Yeah, I tripped over my tongue. My brain couldn't decide to say right or left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist the other way. That's how you clean up after that mistake. Inhale, come back. Exhale, down. Inhale, arms out and up. Interlace your fingers. Reach your palms up. Look up at those hands. Lift up your heart. On an inhale, bring yourself upright. Exhale, bend to the left. Feel for leg through both arms. Try to keep your right heel anchored down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend to your right. Try to keep the left heel down. Feel the leg through both arms. Inhale, come up. Exhale, let your arms down. Bring your hands to your heart. Step your left foot back. Plant the ball of your foot. High lunge. All 10 toes pointed in the same direction. Think you're dropping an anchor from your pelvis to the ground. Now, if this high lunge is too much, you can always let the back knee down like that. Do a lower lunge instead. Bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, sink forward in your hips. Draw your arms down to cactus. Inhale, glide back and reach up. Make the movement with your legs as big or small as you want. And if you get too wobbly, you can drop the back knee. You can bring your right hand to your right knee for steadiness. There he goes, he's wobbling. See, now you get to see what that looks like. I just scooted my foot over to stabilize. And bring your hands to your heart. Take a big push off the back foot and step forward. Step your right foot back, plant the ball of your foot, find the high lunge, find grounding in your feet, steadiness in your legs. Maybe it takes longer on the second side. When you're steady, arms up. Exhale, sink forward in your hips, draw your arms down. Inhale, glide back and reach up. Exhale, inhale. We don't have to be in sync, follow your breath. Maybe your breaths are longer, maybe they're shorter. Yoga teachers tend to have extra long breaths. Yoga teachers that played brass instruments for years have even longer breaths. I know a yoga teacher who's a professional singer, her breaths are crazy long. Bring your hands to your heart, big push off your right foot, step up again. I need another sip of water already. Please hydrate at your own rate. It's amazing how warm it's gotten out here already. I love it. We'll start some sun salutations. Inhale your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, soft knees, spare your back. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step one foot back, and then the other, find a plank. If a shorter plank works better for you, let your knees down. Let your hips come down in line with shoulders and knees or shoulders and heels. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Keep your elbows in close to your body. See how slow you can go. Find the strength and the slowness. Eventually, let everything down. Uncurl your toes. Press into your hands. Inhale, lift your chin, lift your chest to whatever height's right for you. So maybe it's down here, low cobra. Listen to your lower back and go to the height that feels okay each time. Exhale, rock back and up. Send your tail in the air, downward facing dog. Pedal your feet up and down. Walk the dog. Heels getting closer to the ground. Everything in the back of the body lengthening out. Nice firm grounding in the hand. Neck disengaged, head hang heavy. Eventually finding some stillness for a breath or two in downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, come down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, and stop. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, down. Step back to your plank. When you're ready, exhaling lower, maybe halfway, maybe all the way if you prefer. Inhale, bring your heart forward, cobra, upward dog if you're ready. Exhale, back and up to downward dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, come down. Inhale, all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, up again. Exhale, down. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, down. Step back to your plank. On an exhale, lower. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, back and up. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, come down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. We're not just going to keep doing those. We'll add in some other stuff now. Inhale up. And exhale down. I can sense the question. How many of these? Inhale halfway up. Exhale down. Plant your hands, step back to plank. We are going to do most of one before we move on. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bring your heart forward. Exhale, back and up. Now, we'll mix it up. Inhale, raise your left leg high behind you. Keep the leg long and stack your hips. Left hip above right hip is under your left arm. Square your hips down. Exhale, lower your leg, cross your ankles, bring your pinky toes towards each other. Bend into your right knee, send your left heel towards the ground. Nice stretch in the IT band. Inhale, send your right heel down, raise your left leg. Exhale, lower your left leg. Inhale, raise your right leg. Stack your hips up under your right arm. Square your hips down. Exhale, lower your leg, crossing your ankles. Right pinky toe towards left pinky toe. Bend into your left knee and send your right heel down. Inhaling, send your left heel down, raise your right leg. Exhale, lower your right leg. Gently lower your knees. Bring your big toes to touch. Send your knees further apart if you like. Sit back and find child's pose for a minute. Surrender to your breath. Turn inward. Observe your body. Notice whatever is here to be noticed. Inhale, bring yourself forward. Back up through table. Step your right foot up between your hands. Curl your left toes under, press into your foot to lift your left knee, runner's lunge. Now we're going to come from this runner's lunge to a straddle bolt. So maybe come up on your fingertips. If you've got a block or two, you could have blocks under your hands. You could also, I'll demonstrate this, you can use a bottle instead of a block. It's not quite as safe, but it can be done. We're going to pivot 90 degrees to your left. So walk your hands over, pivot your feet, keep some bend in your knees, let your toes point out and your heels point in. So maybe your fingertips are on the ground. You could also bring your hands to your shins if the ground's too far away. Or maybe you got a block, maybe you got a bottle. Now see about lowering your hands. Maybe that's to a different block position. Maybe it's to the ground. Take as much bend in the knees as you want. Let your head hang heavy. If there's room to do so, walk your hands back. If this feels okay and you want to go further, you might turn your hands around. 180 degrees. Now, fingers pointing back. If you want, this can be a lot in the wrists and forearms. To me, it feels good. And if there's room to go further, walk your hands back more. Deep stretch in the back leg. Grab the ground. For your prompts. Maybe you got a bottle in your hands. Maybe you have blocks in your hands. Slowly walk your hands forward. If you rotated them, rotate them the other way, fingers pointing forward again. Keep walking your hands forward. And bring your right hand right under your face and lean into it. Now that might be hand on the ground or on a prop. Inhale, reach the left arm out and up and look up towards your hand. So whichever works for you, see about the prop. Maybe the ground's successful, maybe it's not. Exhale, bring that hand down, plant that hand under your face and lean into it. Inhale, reach the other arm out and up and look up towards your hand. Hello, sun. Exhale, let that hand down. We're just going to pivot back. So 90 degrees to your right, going to come back to the same runner's lunge. And we're going to switch legs. So you might step back to down dog and then step forward. You might let the back knee down, come to table, then step forward. Switch legs however you want. So you come to runner's lunge with your left foot forward. You guessed it, we're going to do the same thing. Now you're going to pivot 90 degrees to your right. Pivot the feet, let the knees stay soft. The toes point out, the heels point in. Now it might be easier. It's the same fold you just did. Maybe you go further or just get there sooner. Explore as you like. Maybe walking your hands back. Maybe turning them around. Maybe walking back some more. Take your time to rewind. Start to walk your hands forward. Turn them around if you turned them. Keep coming forward. We're going to do both sides. I won't even say right or left. Bring one hand under your face and lean into it. Inhale, reach the other arm out and up and look up towards your hand. So maybe your hand's flat, maybe you're on your fingertips, maybe you got a prop. Whatever feels good to you. Exhale, bring that hand down, plant it under your face, lean into it. Inhale, reach the other arm out and up, look up towards your hand. Exhale, bring your hand down. Slowly walk your hands 90 degrees to the left, come back to runner's lunge. And now step your right foot up to meet your left. Forward fold. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. With soft knees and heavy arms hanging like ropes. Let your arms swing front to back outside your legs. Let your knees be nice and bouncy. Let the weight of your arms pick up momentum so the swinging gets bigger, bigger. When you're ready, swing your arms up overhead, sit back to chair. Releasing in the front of your hips, back of your knees, front of your ankles, facing right into the sun. I'm practically blind. Keep breathing, keep releasing down. Can you go a little lower? I knew you could. That's a trick question. I say that no matter how low you are, because there's always a little more. Inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, let your arms down. Good. We'll explore some more with chair pose. We'll come into it from here, but I'm going to show you a little something. The best trick I ever learned about this pose is where the pose starts. The pose starts in the hip sockets. Your hip sockets are right there. And if you press your thumbs there, you can feel the joint disengage. The big ball and socket joint, the biggest joint in your skeleton when your femur plugs into your pelvis. So it's like taking a parking brake off your car. Press your thumbs there, feel the hips disengage, the butt go back, releasing the knees. So you can come into it in the lower body, then let the arms hang, and then reach the arms up. And maybe you're a little lower than you were, maybe it feels a little more easeful. Your feet can be together. Some people like that. I like my feet apart like this. Some people put their feet and their knees together. I can't stand it like that. Bring your hands in under your arms. Reach them back behind you, palms down. Take a breath. Hands in under your arms. Reach out to the sides, palms down. Take a breath. Hands in, hands up. Take a breath. Good. Inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, arms down. Checking the time, peering at the clock in the sun. Reach your arms out parallel to the ground. Now, we didn't really get to have our pride fun this year. We missed a lot of drag fun. We're going to do some yoga in heels. If you want, put your heels on, by which he means lift your heels. I didn't bring heels. We're pretending. Saving my heels for whenever the next red dress party happens. And release the front of your hips and back of your knees. If you can, keep your heels raised. If you can. Keep breathing. So pretty. If you can keep your heels raised, straighten your legs, and then let your arms down, and then your heels. Woo! Shake the legs. That's enough of that. All right. Need a drink. I just finished putting my outfit together for the red dress party, and that day they canceled it. So it's all in the closet. Nobody gets to see it until whenever the event happens. I'm gonna play with standing on one leg. What's that?
So you're back in the closet.
No, but my dress. Bring your hands to your heart. We're gonna see about standing on one leg here. Shift your weight from one leg to the other with your feet planted. Set your eyes on something that won't move. Help you stay steady. Bring the weight into your left leg. Let the knee stay soft. Pick up your right knee. Maybe your thigh comes parallel to the ground. Maybe it's not quite that high. Like opening a door, bring your knee out to the side. Then you're going to bring your foot to the opposite leg. So maybe it's like this, like a kickstand. Maybe have the sole of your foot on your calf. You never want to press sideways on your knee, but maybe you have your foot on your thigh. And maybe your hands stay here for steadiness, or maybe the branches of your tree grow to some other shape. Do what you want with your branches. Maybe there's breeze in your branches. Maybe your tree is more still. Maybe you're a cactus. Maybe you're a shrub. Bonsai tree, whatever you want to be. Keep breathing. You can put your foot down and pick it up anytime. Sometimes it's a choice, sometimes it just happens. Beautiful, and all the trees are different. Bring your hands back to your arm. Bring your knee forward and let your foot down. Shake the leg, maybe the other one, maybe everything. And when you're ready, bring your hands to your heart again. Shift side to side again as many times as you like. Resetting your hips, regrounding your feet. Remembering which leg you just did. Bring the weight to your right leg when you're ready. Raise your left knee, take your time. Open the gate of your hip. Bring your foot to your leg. So I'll just go on my calf. Let your arms find their expression. I'll tell my story about foot on the thigh in honor of my foot not wanting to stay on my thigh just now. It took me 2 years to get my foot to stay on my thigh. And I had given up on trying. I was just putting my foot on my calf and I was fine with that. It had been about 6 months. I was teaching a morning class and I said, some people put their foot on their thigh, mine never stays there. And as I said it, for the first time, my foot stayed on my thigh. And they called me on it and said, I thought you said you couldn't do that. Well, you witnessed the first time. This feels good in my back is why I do this particular arm shake. Bring your hands back to your heart and bring your knee forward and let your foot down and shake as needed. Shake whatever you want. Shake all the way to the ground if you like. Time to sit down. Suddenly I have Shakedown by Bob Seger from Beverly Hills Cop soundtrack playing in my head. If you know that one, you're welcome. Free earworm, no extra charge. Extend your legs in front of you, flex your feet back towards you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're lucky you escaped the earworm. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold down over your legs. If your knees want to bend, let them bend. As you inhale, think of your head reaching forward. As you exhale, think of lowering down. Inhaling, walk your hands up the front of your legs. Sit yourself up. Reorient myself a bit here. Now let your arms help your legs open out to whatever degree feels okay. The edge of your comfort zone. Doesn't matter how far you go. Some of us go way farther than others. This is farther than I used to go. Use your arms to help your legs. Bend the left leg. Bring the left foot over by the right thigh or right knee if the thigh is not reachable for you. So if you couldn't get your foot on your leg in tree pose, maybe now you can. Pivot your torso, aim your sternum at your right foot. Flex your right foot back towards you. Now, some people don't like how this feels in this leg. If you have a block or a cushion or something, you might put something between your leg and the ground. Some people just don't like the way that feels. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. As you exhale, fold down over the right leg. And again, with the breath, inhale, think of reaching forward. Exhale, think of lowering. Keeping your left hand where it is, sweep your right arm to the side, turn your head to follow your hand. Turn your thumb down. Bend your elbow, reach the back of your hand towards your left hip. Feel your right shoulder back. Extend your arm again. Slide the right hand back over by the left hand. Now open your left arm to the side. Turn your head. Follow your hand. Turn the thumb down. Reach the back of your hand towards your right hip and peel your left shoulder open. Extend your arm. Reach your arm up alongside your ear. Reach the left hand towards the right hand overhead. They're not going to connect. At least mine aren't going to connect. Maybe yours are. Yep, I knew he was going to do that. He comes to every class. I know what he can do. I can't do it. I don't know if I'm ever going to get these hands to connect here, but I'm getting some great release in the center of my lower back, an area that gets compressed from sitting. Everybody's been sitting more this year. Well, most of us. Maybe not everybody.
Actually less, because I'm not driving.
All right. Reach up. Good for him. Reach out. Sweep your arm across. Walk your hands up your leg. And we'll do it all on the other side. Remember to let your arms help your legs. Extend this one. And bend this one. Bring the foot over. Pivot your torso. Flex your left foot back towards you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Spend a few breaths here. Maybe deepening the fold. Sweep your left arm to the side. Turn your head. Look for your hand. Turn your thumb down. Reach the back of your hand toward your right hip. Open your left shoulder. Extend your arm. Bring the left hand back over by the right. Sweep your right arm to the side. Turn your head to follow. Turn your thumb down. Reach the back of your hand across and open your right shoulder. Extend your arm again. Reach it up alongside your ear, overhead, towards the opposite end. Reach up, out to the side, sweep your arm across, walk your hands up your leg. Arms help the legs, extend the right leg, nudge the legs towards each other, bring the soles of your feet together a good distance away from your pelvis, so there's this big space here between your pelvis and your heels. If there's room to do so, reach your hands under your ankles and grab the floor. If that doesn't work, reach your hands over your ankles. Either's fine. Walk your hands forward using traction in your arms to make this pretzel kind of fold. And let your neck go. Let your head drop down. Breathe into the center of your lower back. Start to scoot your hands back. Press. Raise your torso. Keep your feet together. Bring them in as close as you can now. Heels in close to the pelvis. Almost tipped over on my back. Grab your feet. Bring on your seat to tilt your pelvis forward. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold forward with your spine long at first. See how far the long spine will go. Maybe your elbows press down on your legs. When the long spine's not lowering anymore, let the head lower. Breathe into your hips. Inhale, slowly sit up. One more time, let the arms help the legs. Push your knees towards each other, rest your feet on the ground. Rest your hands on the ground, out past your hips. Brace yourself with your arms. Wiggle your feet further apart. If you're on a yoga mat, maybe go by the edges of the mat. Let your knees waggle back and forth to whatever degree they want to go. Maybe as your knees go to one side, turn your head to the other. See how that feels? Maybe if you want a bigger movement, more energized movement here, as your knees go down to one side, just sweep the opposite arm and hip up, if you like. Sometimes it feels nice. All right, we'll come down onto our backs. Bring your feet in closer. Go like this with your fists, put them between the tops of your feet. This is about the same distance you have between your hip sockets. So now your ankles and your hips are about the same distance apart. Bring your hands behind your scoot, your butt towards your heels. Lower onto your forearms and onto your back. And if I go like this, people can see better. So you wind up on your back with your heels as close to your butt as they'll go. If you have a block, you can put a block between your knees here in the middle position. The width of the block is about the same width as this hand measurement we did. Press into the soles of your feet. Inhale, lift your hips, bridge pose. If you want deeper opening in the heart region, wriggle your shoulder blades towards each other. Clasp your hands under you. Reach your knuckles towards your heels, drawing shoulder blades further together. Closer together. Further together is an awkward word combination. Closer together. If your hands are clasped, release them. Exhale, slowly come down. See how slow you can go. Find the strength in the slowness. Float up and down as you like at your pace. Inhale to go up. Exhale to come down. If you want to take additional breaths at the top, you might. You might also challenge yourself by moving more slowly or lifting up higher. Just exploring the movement of bridge however you like for maybe a minute. Maybe a minute seems like a long time. Maybe you take additional breaths resting on the ground instead of taking additional breaths with your bridge raised. Let's wrap it up in the next breath or two. After you land, just pause for a couple breaths. Draw your knees towards your chest, hug your knee, and rock and roll around. Massage your back against the ground. Let your right foot down, cross your left ankle above your right knee. Right heel in as close as you can get it. Bring your hands to your right thigh and draw that knee towards you. If you can't really get a grip on your leg, maybe just press into the ball of your foot and lift your right heel. But maybe your foot comes off the ground and you draw your knee in a bit. Keep your sacrum on the ground. This is about your hips, not about how much your knee moves. It won't move all that much. Bring your left hand to the inside of your left knee and nudge your left knee away from you as you draw your right knee towards you. Getting into both hips. Let your arms relax. Let your right foot land on the ground again. Reach your arms to the sides, keeping the legs crossed. Let your legs fall to the right. Turn your head to the left and try to keep your shoulders grounded. Slowly bring it all back to center. Cross your legs the other way. Bring your hands to that thigh. Draw the knee towards you, or just lift the heel if you can't quite grip your leg. Everybody's arms and legs are different lengths. Sometimes you can't do what the next person is doing. Just do what you can do. Bring the other hand to the inside of the other knee, nudge that knee out. Let your arms relax, let your foot down, reach your arms to the sides again, and take your other twist. Come back up to center. Uncross your legs. Draw your knees towards your chest. Reach your feet towards the sky. Reach your hands up. Take hold of your legs or your feet. However you like. Play with bending and straightening your arms and legs. Happy baby pose. If there's a different inversion you'd prefer to do, go ahead and do it. Lots of fun ways to invert. Shoulder stands, plow, headstand. Letting our legs and our feet drain as we explore movement. Cooling down, slowing down. Invert for as long as you like. Maybe there are other postures or movements you want to weave into your practice before you make your way to your final resting pose. Feel free. When you're ready, maybe you do the traditional ending posture of corpse pose with your legs extended, your feet splayed open, your hands by your sides. But you can conclude your practice in any position where you're comfortable. So maybe this one's not comfortable. If you're not comfortable lying flat, sometimes it feels good to plant your feet and let your knees lean towards each other. Ground your sacrum, take pressure off your lower back. Another option would be to bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees splay out. Any position where you can be comfortable. to just quietly breathe for a couple minutes. Maybe just focusing on your breath, maybe not focusing at all. Or maybe coming back to an intention you set for yourself and reflecting upon it further. Breath deepening and slowing down as it did when we began our practice. Maybe you scan your body again like we did at the start. Compare how your body feels now compared to how it felt at the beginning of practice. Start to find yourself some deeper breaths. Invite movement to slowly return to your body. Small movements, gradually leading to bigger and bigger movements. Any movement you want, any movement your body seems to want. Moving mindfully, taking your time. When you're ready for bigger movements, you can gently sit yourself up. If you like, bring your hands up by your heart. Thank you for sharing practice today. The light within me sees and vows to that same light within each of you. Namaste. Namaste.